And finally here my parents have went on to do their own stuff. Today is the bump-in day, which is the day 0. Tomorrow will be the actual day for Animaga. And this is the Melbourne Convention Exhibition Centre. The hall is all the way at the close to the end, hall 9. So that's a long walk and I have a bunch of heavy load. I think it's about 50 kg worth. So yeah, the collection process is very straightforward and simple. No time wasted, very friendly staff. So you are issued this Trader Pass wristband that I need to wear for both days. And as well as this is something special, this is the autograph token for Maeda Kaori-san. So they actually allocated some slot exclusively for artists alone, and I was able to get the meet and greet session with Maeda Kaori. Really nervous about that. But anyway, now it's time to set up. Look who is right in front of the entrance. I have not really seen the floor plan, so I'm not very sure who to expect, but here is someone that is familiar. Yes, hello, sorry to disturb, hello. Yeah, I came in here, then the first booth I see is, yeah, it's this. This is a great spot. Yeah, you all came right on the dot, is it 1 p.m. when they opened?
No, we came at about 3.
Now it's already 3, yeah, so not. It seems quite fast you all set up really for the short amount of time that you all came in. Yeah. I'm quite surprised because I was expecting like some kind of verification. They just let you walk in.
Yeah, they asked us to do the bump in, but they didn't.
Yeah, everything I've done, I prepared everything really, but then so then I only got this wristband, and the wristband is supposed to use it for reuse it for. I only got 2. That means what? I only wear it once a day. So it's like one table, only one, or
no,
what?
It's like 2 passes, but you're supposed to reuse it.
Huh? Then what if I want to go and take a shower? Then is it removable? Okay, stay at the AirBnB. So it's it's a 500 meter away. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
500 meters is quite far.
Yeah, it's far lah, but
Yeah,
it's I'm staying here for a week with my parents.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
so that's why.
okay.
Yeah. Another familiar table, but that's the tablecloth. And I need to find my table at B25. It is here, B25. So it's a 1.8 meter table. So this is how it looks like. the exit is right there. So yeah, this is my surrounding. Really big venue. I was mentioning the bumping timing starts at 1 p.m. and will go all the way to 9 p.m. So there's a lot of ample time to prep. And even then, if you can't make it today, tomorrow they do open the door, setting up at 7 all the way to 10 a.m. just before opening. I'm not in a rush to set up. I do have the whole table for myself. For bump in day 0, you have to wear the high visibility vest, or else you are barred from entering. I have been awake for the past 48 hours with only about 3 hours worth of sleep. But okay, time to work. So yeah, it's about after 3 hours. This is how it looks like. Didn't bring a lot of panel. I realized that I brought inadequate numbers, so which is why I couldn't do like a bridge. I didn't bring enough because of the weight. The panels themselves, they can add up to quite a substantial amount of weight, especially when you travel overseas. It is a constraint. But otherwise, the back looks like, so I will not plug it my lights to the battery until tomorrow. But yeah, it is 7 now. You can see that my neighbors here, a lot of very nice setups, aesthetically pleasing. There's a lot of booths using all this kind of like backdrop poles, which is lightweight, but it's more for prints. It really feels that I'm out of place because the standard seems to be quite high. Every booth looks good, man, and it's all very well put together. So yeah, it's also very spacious. Without the crowd, it's kind of empty. Hopefully there will be plenty of people, because last year Animaga, I remember the report was 10,000 visitors last Animaga, but because this year, you know how the economy is, I'm not expecting the same or greater amount. It will be my first Animaga anyway, so I don't have much to compare with. It is my first time tabling solo in Australia, and it's also the first time I'm bringing so much stock. I brought about twice the amount that I normally would bring to a local con. And I'll walk around tomorrow. There's still some time for me to explore. before the convention opens at 10 a.m. tomorrow, Saturday. Oh yeah, okay, I need to go back and rest. I am super tired. See you. This is the view outside the apartment. You can kind of see the convention center, the Melbourne Convention Center is somewhere around this, near the bridge there, if I'm correct. So it's not that far away, about 15 minutes walk away. But there's quite a lot of crossroads junction, so you have to cross, which makes it a little bit troublesome to actually get there from here. So it's 1 hour before the event opening, 9 a.m. I want to get coffee, but it's quite crowded. So yeah, I just skip it and just hit straight to the event venue. So we are in, I'm in. It's still about 45 minutes before opening. This is the vendor site. So it's interesting that they set up the vendors nearest to the entrance, which is quite different than the way typically Singapore events would. Otherwise, the vibes is mostly similar. Head straight to my table. Crap, where is it? Where is my table? I pass it. So it's here. Okay, let me just prep it. So yes, 10 minutes before day 1 opening. There's a butler and maid line up. They have a cafe over there, but I won't have the time to go.
We are opening in 5
We're back
minutes.
here.
We cannot wait to have
Yeah,
the
5 minutes.
best weekend with you. Hope you have an absolutely fantastic time at Animaga 2025 at the MCEC. We'll see you all shortly.
Yeah, okay. That day 1 Animaga 2025 commence soon. There's a couple of kiosks, food kiosks, selling hot items, hot food. The doors is open, so I'm just going straight to my table. No time to look around, unfortunately.
Good morning, everyone. VIP access is now open for Animaga 2025. Repeat, repeat. VIP access is now open for Animaga 2025.
Yep, you heard the announcement. So let's get to work. Event will end today at 6 p.m. So yeah, long day ahead. My opposite neighbor tables here are also nice looking. Display, yeah. I really like the mini standees on top. Might do one next time for myself. The banner as well, really nice. This is how the back looks like. My direct neighbor from behind. Really good artwork, illustrations. So the time now is 12 p.m. We are 2 hours in. Yeah, it has been going quite smoothly. It might be a bit too much for me because I'm doing it alone. So yeah, I was interrupted. So I was saying that solo can be quite tough when there is a lot of people. The first 2 hours, it has been quite a lot of sales. I think right now so far the best event that I have experienced when it comes to sales, not by amount but by sales, almost everyone used card. So this really came in handy. But yeah, this 1.8 meter table, I had all the space to myself so I can put my stocks. But even then, I had to utilize the under table as well because there is really a lot of types of stock I carry. So corner has been quite helpful. I didn't optimize it, but putting this here have attracted a lot of people, especially the ones that recognize the kueh. Oh, my cheat sheet, yeah, pricing very helpful. Day 1, 3 o'clock update. I actually broke my own sales record. I believe I already passed the $1,000 mark, so that is very, very good. But yeah, we still got 3 more hours before the end of Animaga Melbourne Day 1. Yes, thank you so much, yes, okay. Oh no, I just noticed this. Thank you!
Thank you so much for your YouTube videos. It keeps me company when I'm also getting ready to table at artist alleys, and since I'm new myself, your videos have been a lot of support in my journey. So
thank you! So now it's past 5. Less than an hour to go before day one closes. Yeah, this is how it looks like the crowd. More of a relaxed time now. But otherwise, it's a very satisfactory with this today. Hello. Hello. Yeah, just before it closes. Yeah. There are quite a few Singaporeans on the F side, this area. Yeah, correct. That's why am I there? Why am I so? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Hey, hello. Wow, this one, your luggage must be very heavy.
Yeah.
I bought a few.
Always.
Actually, Cham already was about 30 kg already for my side.
For your
Just for a few. Then imagine your stock.
so
yeah.
your baggage here is around 30 kg.
It's actually 50. I have two luggage. Yeah. Hello, Sarah. Hello. Yeah, I'm doing a vlog here. Yeah. Okay.
Now everyone visiting you. How is it? No, okay.
The
I
food.
feel the fall quite heavy. Like
Oh.
from the busy period
Yeah.
to the not busy period, like very drastic.
Most of you guys are all here. This area. Around
E12.
E. Yeah. It's like still N E F G kind of like. I'm like B.
Last year was like all one row.
Interesting.
Then the rest of the hall is like the artist alley was like very empty. So I think better if they spread out. It was very concentrated.
Can make sense. Okay. OMG Studio. Just to pop by and say hi. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Yeah. I'm vlogging.
How's the event for you?
It's my personal best lah. But then I guess for Australia this is the like the average level.
To them it's the mid.
Yeah, mid lah. But to me it's the best. but I still have to consider the airplane tickets, the accommodation, so all this still adds up.
All covered?
Barely.
Historically, because I've been here 3 times,
Yeah.
they do tends to be on par with Taiwan.
I guess because they still fix the ticket sales, so it's like.
People tend to also buy on day 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Like people they make the trip here, maybe they didn't buy on day 1 and then they come day 2, they buy before going home.
We shall see that. I'll take your word for it. Yeah. If not, I'll compete with you.
The stage is not so bad, not as loud as the other one.
Yeah, the other one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slow down.
So compared to your previous, you were saying that you attended the last 2.
Yeah.
So then is this on par or this year it's a drop because the economy?
I think on par-ish, but I brought in more things this year.
Okay.
They are more, I think, aligned with their preferences. Yeah.
Makes sense. Is it almost time to closing also?
I think about 20 minutes left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Closed. Please finalise your purchase and make your way to the exits. See you at 10 AM sharp tomorrow for doing tour of Animaga 2025 at the MCEC. Animaga's day 1 Sunday is now officially closed. Wonderful night. We'll see you all again tomorrow, bright and early at 10 AM for day 2 of Animaga 2025 at the MCEC.
Yeah. So with the autograph session, I decided to just do a drawing to give to her. I intended to, but I didn't have the time, so now I'm doing the draft. I rarely do traditional stuff, but so it's going to be quite difficult for me. Let's get to finalizing the rough and then I will ink it. So nowadays I just reached at 9 AM. The doors will open at 10 So there's already a queue forming up, which is nice, really nice to see. But going in, I have not finished the shikishi board for Maeda Kaori-san. So I'm going to go in and finish it up. So I made it in time to Maeda Kaori-san, and yeah, I hope she likes it. I'm not sure if even gift is allowed, but anyway, I hardly do traditional, so I want to do more traditional. I need more practice, but yeah, this is the best I can do for now. I'm going to put it inside this cover, so there will be a meet and greet, the autograph session at I think it was at 12 p.m. So yeah, soon, very soon. And now it's 9:37. We are about 25 minutes to go before opening of day 2 Animaga 2025 Melbourne. It's still somewhat early. I just finished the shikishi board for Maeda Kaori-san. I probably wouldn't have the time to walk around later because I'm alone. So let's take this opportunity to go and see what there is. Looks so cute. So I do have some Uma Musume merchandise that I will be releasing maybe next month. I already have them. I already have that in production, but it's not ready for this con. As you can see, a lot of the tables are still prepping. Spotted a lot of Uma Musume. So this side is the H side, I think. So mine is, for the record, mine is at B row. Yeah, H20. So H is the last row for this convention. So what I noticed is that a lot of the displays here are very aesthetically pleasing. It makes me feel very bad because the way I put up my display is so lackluster. But even this is a very nice setup. So yeah, I find it very good is that they place the wall booth. I consider the more higher end, right? The premium booth that they are in the middle instead of somewhere at the end. Right? I think this is a much better arrangement. It means that they are more centralized and accessible. This is so cute. The cartridge.
We gotta get out of your way.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Yeah, everyone here is very wonderful. Nice, friendly. I think I say that for every country. Yeah, but it is a very positive experience. Oh yeah, Galactic TT. So this one, I don't know her or they in person, but this is the one that made the document for the KaiCon thing, the allegation compilation. Once I recognize the name. Really nice. Yeah. Look at the panel of the display.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 2 of Animaga 2025. Attention vendors, the time is now 9:45 and Animaga will officially open in 15 minutes time at 10 a.m. on the dot.
Wow.
Again, to all of our vendors,
The playing cards were amazing.
Animaga
Casino
will
chips.
officially open in 15 minutes time at 10 a.m. We hope you will have an incredible day, an incredible time at Animaga 2025 day 2 of the MCEC.
Yeah, I gotta speed up a little bit because it's the announcement said opening soon. We're gonna have a window display here, the window opening. Then there's a lot of self-serve display as well. The one thing about self-serve is that you need a lot of table space to put the racks, your items. I would like to do it, but then a lot of times in Singapore, your table space, the basic is very small. So it can get a bit difficult to have an entire self-serving display. Like even stickers is, I had an issue before. use the Ferrero Rocher there.
It holds the balls perfectly. And they transport very well as transportation storage units.
We just cover. I think there's a lot of hard work. No, I just noticed like all the intricate details. Yeah.
I always joke I suffer more than everyone else.
I believe so. I think a lot of effort put in. So which one was the most bestseller design?
The domes.
What are the domes?
Oh, the domes are like this.
Yeah, because also loud.
The domes, the glass domes. So they look like this, like the Aramas.
Oh wow! Okay, no wonder it's so popular. Yeah, it's really good.
I wanted to say hi because I knew you were here, but
Yeah, I'm alone
by
too.
yourself,
Yeah.
it's like very hard.
It is hard, so I didn't have a chance to walk around as well. Yeah. Now it's your chance. Yeah, I think I have walked most of the lanes. I love the roof. Yeah, the halls here are a little bit dim, so it's best to bring your own lightings if possible. Already I watched some of their tutorial videos on Instagram.
Yeah, so we have to.
Oh wow. This amazing setup. Oh my goodness. Barter trade exchange booth. That's interesting, very interesting. Sarah Thursday. You can tell this her booth is just the color combination. So yeah, I think this is about it. I believe I walked all the rows, I hope. The doors have just opened for day 2. You can see from the other end of the camera, people are coming in right now. Due to the stage. I saw it might be for Chiwa Sato-san. I saw a rush shower. Going back to my table after restroom break. So now is the 11th. This is how it looks like. We are 1 hour in. Thank you. This is all the queue for the guest autograph. I guess so. Okay, let's queue.
1 hour later.
There's Ayucustard. Yeah. No, because I saw you had the Kyoto animation rally. Yeah, correct. So. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of Melbourne fans, they love the nostalgic stuff.
Yeah. Because I am kind of a Kyoto anime fan as well. I went to their, not the studio, but to their location. I got lost there, then one of the staff actually came to escort me. Yeah, very nice. Yeah. We love a lot of Haru. I saw your IG. Yeah. Yeah.
He's my favorite character. Also cute animation.
I can tell. Wait, then is Caleb your other
Oh my,
favorite?
you know Love and Deep Space?
I played Love and Deep Space, but I'm retired from it.
Who's your favorite?
Zane, because we share the same birthday. September 5th. Yeah.
That's so soon.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Yes, okay. Now it's 3 p.m. We have 2 hours left to go for day 2 and the end of Animaga Melbourne 2025. It will close 1 hour earlier than yesterday. 2 hours to go. This is how it looks like. It's still crowded. So, yeah. Okay, yes. Thank you.
Join us.
Okay.
And next time.
Thank you. There's a couple of things that sold out. My book as well. I bought 11 copies. Yeah, I sold. Then there's a couple like Mume, Fauna. The one there's the Mume. Even the print unexpectedly.
Thank you all so much, all of our incredible attendees, sponsors. Without you, this convention would not exist. But it is officially over for 2025. We'll see you again next year for Animaga 2026. We've had an incredible time. Make your way home safely. Animaga 2025 at the MCEC is officially over.
Yeah, right behind. Yeah, thank you so much for all the help. Like the last 2 days, yeah. Yes. So it's like there's 3.
That's me,
Okay. Because
the artist at the table.
so the other artists are here as well.
Yeah, these two.
Okay. Yeah, hello.
Hi.
Yeah, okay. My first time here, I'm from Singapore.
Oh, you're from
Yeah, so I flew over, and
Oh, really?
attend this. Yeah, so
How was it?
yeah, it was a great experience, but I got nothing to compare. So
It's your first
yeah,
convention?
my first competition here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I'm
That's true.
yeah. So were you all been to Animaga before?
Yes, we
Yeah,
went
so-
last year.
So how does it compare to this year and last year?
I think it's a lot busier than last year.
Okay. So it's a good thing.
Good thing, yeah.
Okay.
I think the stage was louder this year though, so like especially the people over there,
Oh.
they had to yell to talk to their customers.
Oh.
Yeah, so a lot of people, it wasn't as busy as back here.
But
Yeah.
so our placement is actually pretty good considered.
Pretty good. Can I see your table?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Mine is mostly just a VTuber Hololive and reverse, and then I have original stuff. So there are my book here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all sold out. So
I think books do really well at cons here.
Yeah, surprisingly, but it's very heavy to bring it over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you ship them separately?
I bought it personally. I hand carried them.
Oh,
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can
So
carry through the airport?
yes, to the airport.
Just one suitcase or multiple?
2 suitcases.
Oh,
Yeah.
and you're by yourself?
Yes, by myself.
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for taking care of my table. Yeah.
who did you go see?
Maeda Kaori.
Oh, okay,
The one the CU for
2.5D.
yes, 2.5D and Nice Nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy yourself this
Yes,
weekend?
I did. It was a great event.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope to come back. I mean, I tried to apply for the Sydney.
Smash?
Yeah, no, for Animaga.
Oh, Sydney, yeah.
Yes,
okay.
but it's new for them as well, so I'm play by ear.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank you.
no worries.
Okay. I
Is it just
hope
a personal vlog?
Yes, no,
Yeah.
personal blog, but I do a lot of event content. So it's, I'll upload to YouTube.
Oh,
So if you're interested, maybe you can just get
your channel?
my channel is Kueh Melayan, Kueh Melayan, Merion. Thank you. Okay. Seagulls has invaded. But yep, it's all done. The Animaga Melbourne 2025 is a wrap. Thank you so much. That is all. Bye bye. Itasha, couple of them here. Didn't see them here earlier on. I guess it just came true.
1 year later.
So, hi, morning. Oh, it's here. Today is the 23rd of August. I'm recording it on the 23rd of August. And so this vlog is, originally it was meant for, I did promise that I would put it up for Artsobi market for my next vlog. But I had to do this because I realized that the Animaga Melbourne 2026 is going to happen this weekend, the next coming weekend, which is the 29th and the 30th of August. And yeah, so the last Animaga Melbourne 2025, it took place on the 23rd and 24th of August last year. So it has been exactly a year since it happened, which is why I had to put this out as soon as I can, since that the last thing I want is to have viewers, they will search up on YouTube that they're looking out for Animaga, then they come into this vlog hoping to see a 2026 version, only to then find out that it was last year, the outdated one. So I have to make sure I put it out before the actual Animaga 2026 happened. Yeah, so it's quite early in the morning, and I'm racing against the time to get this vlog up. And why not we just grab some breakfast first. And I know a place, just one place that is open at this very hour. Let's go. It's McDonald's. Let's grab some breakfast here. So yeah, that's the chicken. Okay, I think this is a pretty good spot here. I just had my coffee and bagel. I do have a running nose right now because of all the smoke. It's a Hungry Ghost Festival during this time of the month of the year. But okay, let's get to the after post-con event section as usual. This is for the Animaga Melbourne 2025. Exactly 1 year has passed since then. I kind of have forgotten most of what has happened, but when I did the editing, all the pleasant, good memories just came back to me. Half of it was all thanks to my cousin. So my cousin, she has moved to Melbourne since a year ago with her whole family. That was also part of the reason why my parents wanted to come along for this trip. So my parents, together with me, we went for Animaga, but we stayed in Melbourne for a week. It was from the 22nd of August all the way to, I believe it was 29th of August, or almost to the end of the month. So it was a week. The event itself, it was a 2-day event, Saturday, Sunday. Then after that, the rest of the whole trip, thanks to my cousin, she played a very good host, brought us around different parts of Melbourne, to the beach, to the top of a hill, see a lot of nature, go to a lot of different malls, eat a lot of good food. So really everything, all the itinerary was planned by my cousin. Really good. Thank you so much, right? She even acted as our chauffeur, drove my whole family around from the airport to the convention hall and to different places. And even there, she stayed in the suburbs. So it was an outskirt area, at least 1 hour drive away from the main CBD area, the Central Business District where the event was. And that was where my family was staying. We rented an Airbnb, 500 meters, not too far away from the actual event hall, which was at the Melbourne Convention and Exhibition Centre. Quite a mouthful, right? And it was my first time there. So yeah, she would drive from her home 1 hour to the district, the Central District, almost every single day for the whole trip. So because of that, she actually got to help me save a lot of money when it comes to domestic transportation. I don't have to call for Uber. She brought me everywhere around town, Melbourne. So yeah, those are the expenses I saved for this trip. For Animaga Melbourne 2025, it was, like I said, it was a 2-day event. And the operating time, the hours were slightly shorter than what I'm accustomed to. The time was from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So 5 p.m. especially was something that is normally event for me, it ends at 7 p.m., 8 p.m. So 5 p.m. is, to me, it's quite early. And yeah, shorter hours, but it's not a problem. The ticket cost per entry was $40. I think on site you had to pay $42 and it was limited. So they kept it. I think there was a maximum capacity. Maybe it's about 10,000 people, I'm not very sure. But I do know it was definitely, there was a limit because my cousin tried to buy the ticket on site. It was sold out. I wanted to let her see what it looks like inside the convention. She's not anime fan, pretty much can be considered a normie. So to satisfy her curiosity, I used my pass to get her in. Otherwise, we would have bought a ticket, but it was sold out. Right, so it was a very eye-opener experience for her. And for me as well, because Animaga or Australian event, I used to table at previous Australian events. That was for Sydney Smash. But that was pre-2020. I did it twice with friends. Since then, a couple of years later, I have never stepped foot into Australia. After COVID, this was my first time actually tabling alone in Australia. It was supposed to be KaiCon, the one at Brisbane. That would have been my first time, but as you know, if you watch that vlog, it was cancelled, so I didn't really have the chance to table alone. This event, right, it was very positive. It's just that to do it yourself and being unfamiliar with everything, right, is quite nerve-wracking. I have to admit this. At some point, it was pretty overwhelming even for me. Even though I was doing it alone, it didn't stop me from leaving the booth multiple times just to go and do vlogging, do recording, even get to attend the meet and greet session with Maeda Kaori-san. That I had to queue for more than an hour, unfortunately, and then there was nobody to help me run my table to take care of my booth. I had my neighbors, my neighbors behind. One of them, Shakun, she helped me to take care of the tables. I imagine I missed out quite a few sales during that period of absence. But yeah, ideally, if I could have a partner, then I would definitely prefer to do so than to do it alone. Let's go to the sales numbers. I collected a total of here $2,475.22. So that's an odd number there. There's a loose change. Is because in Australia or pretty much anywhere outside of the Southeast Asia country, credit card, debit cards, there's a lot of card transactions. And because of that, when you come to involving card payment, there will be transaction fee as well. That's where you suddenly have all these very small numbers because you have to deduct the transaction fee from there. I collected 2,475 and round that down. That includes 11 Hui books. So I sold 11 books, which I think is the biggest record of books I sold in an event so far. I bought 11 and sold 11. Really good. For anyone who is from Singapore or maybe from Malaysia or Indonesia, if you go to Western countries, that includes Australia, right? You need to have a card terminal. So the card terminal is I didn't bring it, but it's the one I actually bought it from HitPay. So HitPay is a service sales platform in Singapore, and I was able to register for free for HitPay because I own a sole proprietor business. So if you have a licensed business recognized in Singapore, you can register for HitPay for free. What they charge is the card transaction fee. So every time a customer pay you with card or any mode of payment that is through HitPay, there is a transaction fee. And for HitPay, when it comes to card, international card transaction sales, the rate is 3.65%. So it's close to 4% plus 50 cents Singapore dollars per transaction. So every time there's a transaction, they will deduct that amount. So that is their fee. Right? You lose a little bit of money every time a card transaction is involved. And for Australia case, this is very important because from what I observed, and this includes the time I tabled at Smash in the past, most of their customers there, they prefer to use card. So if you do not have a card terminal, you will lose out on a lot of potential sales. For me, my case is that I had 78 card transactions out of 103 transactions. So that is about 75% of my sales were made using cards. Imagine if I don't have that, I would have possibly lost about 75% of sales. Ultimately, out of the 78 card transactions, the fee in total that I had to deduct for card transaction amounted to $63.38, which is, on the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot of money. $63 is okay lah. For Animaga, my mistake was that because for me, I knew I had to have a card terminal. But I was quite naive in the sense that I didn't want to charge everyone a flat rate or an increased rate for the card fee. So every time when someone paid the card, I told them that, okay, you pay for card, I will need to charge you additional, and I charge them 2% additional. So every transaction I made from a customer using a card, I ended up technically losing 2% because I only charged them 2% instead of why he paid take 4% out of me. That's the mistake that I had to rectify, and I fixed it for my next Animaga at Sydney. So there's another Animaga I went since then, and I managed to resolve that issue. But for Melbourne trip, when someone decides to pay with card, I have to tell them, yes, thank you so much. I will need to let you know that I will have to charge an additional 2% And imagine you're the customer, right? They'll tell you that, okay, there's a card fee involved. Even though it's a small amount, you still feel like you're a little bit cheated because you saw the price label, maybe it's a $10 label, and now I have to pay additional more than $10 because there's a fee involved. Of course, they can choose not to pay with card, they can pay with cash, but a lot of times, most of them, they don't even have cash to use to spend. No one rejected it, but then you can see the expression like, well, okay lah, they have 2%. You're like, you know, ever since this experience, I decided to have my labels already include the credit card fee. So instead of putting it at a flat rate of $10, I would straight away label it as maybe $11. So for anyone that is paying using cash, I could then tell them, okay, this price is this amount, but because you're paying in cash, I give you a small discount. And instead of being a negative expression, when people hear that they can get a discount, you know, it will be more of a positive exchange. And on top of that, because for HitPay or any credit card platform, right, there is this issue. This issue is that the bank, they don't really be able to do direct deduction from the country's currency. So I had to charge them in my local currency, which is Singapore dollar. It's another complicated issue because I didn't attend Sydney Smash this year, but I saw quite a number of customers complaining specifically about US and Singaporean artists. They went to Smash and they were charging the customers Singapore dollar or in USD, and they find it dishonest because the label that they see, they assume it's based on Australian dollar. Then only when they are being charged, they realize that the currency is not Australian dollar. And this is bad for Australians, especially because the Singapore dollar and the US dollar is stronger. You put the price there, $10 Australian dollar, and then you charge $10 Singapore dollar. It's not the same. $10 Singapore dollar is maybe closer to 11 Australian dollars, right? As an example. So you can tell that, yes, there's this sense of dishonesty. And I believe the problem came in when the artists, the sellers, they did not review that. For me, I knew that this was a problem. This was a potential problem. So I had to tell every single customer that I have to charge you Singapore dollar. But when I charge them Singapore dollar, I will give them a discount that is as close as possible to the Australian dollar exchange rate. So if the price tag is $10 Australian dollar, I won't charge you $10 Singapore dollar. Instead, I will charge you maybe $9.20. Something there. So when you convert, when the bank actually convert on your bank statement, you will find that it's very, very close to 10 Aussie dollar, if it makes sense. This whole thing, right, with card payment, I do not have a workaround method. Ultimately, the terminal that you use will still charge in your native currency, right? Right now, you can't change it on the fly because of the different bank issues and things like that. So it's way beyond me. Anyway, yeah, the terminal wasn't free though. So from HitPay, I had to buy the terminal. It wasn't rented. I paid $85 to get the card terminal. You can buy the POS system, the bigger one, with the screen and things like that, but I thought it's too much, right? So I had this small terminal which is Bluetooth enabled. So people can just tap their card and the Bluetooth will be connected to my phone, my smartphone, which is then connected to my data, my internet Wi-Fi. It works out for me, but I realized that not all cards you can tap and it will be able to process. I think there were some debit cards, totally just cannot, because you need to have what you call in Singapore, it's called PayWave, the tap feature, NFC enabled. You can also use your phone. If your phone has the NFC, you can turn it on. They can just tap the card on the phone. But I feel that having the external terminal gives you that sense of professionalism. So it's not like you're just tapping. I do not know. It's just a meeting. And at the same time, at least you don't have to always have your phone constantly turned on. You can just leave it in sleep mode, and then you have your card terminal being able to just tap and go. A piece of advice, right, is that don't rush through the sales order. Because I had two instances in Melbourne, not the customer fault. They tapped their card and my terminal was approved. There was a green light. A few seconds later, the terminal returned with a transaction failed, insufficient balance. And it turns out, yeah, it's because the card that they use It was a debit card, and then it had not enough funds to pay for what it was supposed to cover. Thankfully, I haven't let the customer go off yet. I waited for a few seconds to make sure the whole transaction went through. Some of the artists might rush through ordering because there's a long queue or what, then they will just move to the next customer as quick as possible. Try not to do that when it comes to card transaction because you can encounter this type of technical issues. For Animaga Melbourne table, it costs 360 Aussie dollars. That's about 307 Singapore dollars. There's also other expenses that I had to pay, which include the Australia Electronic Travel Authority, the ETA. So ETA is a flat $28, not a visa, it's more like just an entry permit. Even as a Singaporean, you have to pay for it. Then there's the public liability insurance. All events, you need to have this insurance. And the insurance, it depends on where you get it from. For me, I bought it from this place called My Market Insurance. So it was a 1-year validity. It cost about 150 Aussie dollars, so it's about $135 by 1 year. So if I go to multiple events within that year period of validity, then it will make my money worthwhile. But of course, you can go to other places that sell this insurance. Some of them, they would do it for 1 weekend, 3 months, or you can even share it among different vendors. Right? I do not know if the insurance actually allows you to share, but I know of artists that do it. For Animaga, I went twice, right? No one is there to check your insurance validity. To be honest, right, you can get away with not buying it, but I would say it's better to play it safe. Just get it, because really touch wood is that if anything happens, if your booth get damaged or table or something happens, right, then at least you have that insurance coverage. On top of that, I had the flight ticket. So the flight ticket, don't talk about my parents, it's just about for myself. To fly to Melbourne, a round trip, it costs about $771. I took Qantas. Maybe you can get cheaper flight, I think maybe about 500, 600, more budget, right? But for me, I took Qantas. Each passenger is allowed the check-in baggage of 30 kg. And because my parents were with me, I was able to borrow their baggage space. So I ended up with a 50 kg, 30 kg in one luggage, borrowed another 20 kg from one of my parents. I managed to clear 20 kg because I sold 11 books and a lot other merchandise. We decided to fly there to AirBnB. So we stayed at a place near the Melbourne Square. So it was a service apartment next to a Woolworths, a supermarket, 2 rooms. So we rented it for a whole week and it cost about 700 Australian dollar. Amount of items sold during the event, the capital cost would amount to about $500, the manufacturing cost. Because Australian merch price, the average is higher than in Southeast Asia. Essentially, I was able to sell less for more deals. If you put all the expenses together, manufacturing costs, the accommodation, the flight tickets, the ETA, everything, insurance, table costs, I was still able to make about $600 in profit. If you ask me, is it worth it? I would say that definitely so. Because even if I wasn't able to break even, it was still a very enjoyable experience. I could consider it as a all-paid vacation. So I think it works out. It was a pretty good experience. That said, my sales did blow me away because at that point of time, it was the highest I have managed to collect from a single event. I had customers come up to me and they told me that they have never seen my artwork before, so they knew I wasn't from this area and they hope I will be able to come back again someday, right, in the next Animaga. I think unfortunately, the Animaga 2026, I won't be able to attend because coincide with Artsobi. So yeah, I'll be at Artsobi instead. But I definitely will keep my 2027 August month, free up so I can come back to Animaga if the event want me back again. So yeah, fingers crossed. So that was a funny story, right, is that when I collected my entry pass on day 0, the one who attended to me, it was a volunteer staff. They happened to recognize that my name, Kueh Malayan, was a Singapore name. So happened that staff was a student from Malaysia studying abroad. So they helped out at the event, and when they issued me the entry pass, they asked me this question: which country's Bak Kut Teh is better, Malaysia or Singapore? You know, as a proud Singaporean, I have to defend my country. So obviously I said Malaysia Bak Kut Teh better. The ticket, it had the Maeda Kaori ticket as well, so I couldn't risk offending the staff. Speaking of Maeda Kaori-san, this whole meet and greet thing, it was only made possible because the event, they set aside a couple of slots for the boosters, the artists. I'm very glad that they actually do this initiative, and I actually managed to win the lottery. Got to meet her, and if you're familiar with Maeda-san, you know that she's very well recognized for being this very petite, cute seiyuu, right? And met her in person, very friendly. One of the guys in front of me actually prepared some kind of a jewelry. I'm not sure what kind of jewelry, but then I think it was like trying to propose or something. And she was able to accept it. I was very surprised because normally for meet and greet sessions, it's usually the event organizer or the guest, they wouldn't allow receiving of gifts. But for Maeda-san, she was able to do so. And I'm glad because then my chikichi I prepared, she was able to accept as well. I did wish I had my Uma Musume fan merchandise prepared for the event, so I could have gifted her a nice nature as well. That would have been so much cooler. But the chikichi, she was very happy to receive it. She managed to recognize that the whole thing is... She had the translator by her side, but then we managed to hold a conversation without the help of the translator, so that's an achievement for me as well. Unfortunately, they don't allow cameras, photography, videos, so I wasn't able to show any footage. And I had to queue for more than an hour. I tried to ask one of the staff if it was possible for me to jump the line because I'm boosting, I'm alone. I told them my situation, but they cannot give me any special privilege. I had to queue like everyone else, which I respect that, so it's fair for everyone, right? During the absence away from my table, I very much have missed out quite a few sales, I can imagine that. I think there was also a couple of things going on for Animaga. There was the concert stage, they had tabletop games. In the maid cafe, there was so many maids and butlers. I think one of my minor regrets is that I didn't put aside time to go to the maid cafe. Any one of you watching this still remember back then, many years ago, long time ago in Singapore, there used to be maid cafes in events. I kind of wish we still had that. Moe moe kyu, then just chant my food. If I ever got the chance to attend an event with a maid cafe again, I would want to put that as part of my to-do list. So yeah, there was also the array of artist booths, from the awesome looking setups, the creative, very unusual product lineup, down to all the really great technical skills that many of the creators have. I was there looking at it, awestruck. My imposter syndrome resurfaced. I kind of feel bad because everyone's table was so good. The way they set up the tables at Animaga, because it was so spacious, it was arranged in such a way that I was able to soak in the sights, enjoy all the display without being distracted and feeling that sense of suffocation. So the Artist Alley was definitely one of the big plus points for this event. One of the tables, they had the artist merch exchange table. So artists like me, I could put any of my merch at their table for other artists to come by and exchange. It's set up by the event itself. I did not put up any merchandise. I wish I did. I would love to see Singapore events do that as well. It's a good initiative. Because of TaiCon, right, the cancelled event, for better or worse, it actually helped to boost a little bit of my exposure. I ended up meeting quite a few people who dropped by my booth and told me that they knew me through the TaiCon video. There was Ayucustard, she gave me some snacks. She even drew me this very cute brunette, my OC. Very thankful for that. Really wish I could attend the upcoming Animaga, but Artsobi came up with the application first early in the year, so I went ahead and applied for Artsobi. Only much later, Animaga, they came up with the application, and then it turns out that they have the same weekend. Last year, a similar incident happened, but that was for Animaga Melbourne and for another event called Animangaki in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. The screwed up part is that I applied for both Animaga and Animangaki, very similar name, and I did not realize that the two events were on the same weekend last year. So I applied for both. And Animaga got back to me first. They emailed me, they said that I got into their artist alley. Then I think about a week later, Animangaki came back and said that I got shortlisted. That was when I realized that, oh shit, both of them on the same weekend. I really paid for Animaga. No choice, very reluctantly, I told Animangaki, I'm so sorry. I emailed them that please release my slot because I wouldn't be able to attend anymore. I still wish to apply for Animangaki. And the irony is that this year, Animangaki, Animaga, Artsobi are all on the same weekend. That is next weekend. You guys are, all the organizers, you have to choose out the entire year. You have to do it on that freaking same weekend. Why? I can't be on 3 different countries at once, right? So yeah, Kian actually proposed the idea that why not I do multiple events on the same weekend, different countries, no big deal. I could do it, right? But she ended up doing it. She applied for both. Then she got her sister to booth at Singapore, Artsobi. Then she would personally fly over to Melbourne to take care of the Animaga booth. I could do the same. But of course, the problem is that I'm alone. I could hire an additional help, but then that would cost money. But the main problem is that I don't have that kind of merchandise stock to handle 2 different events simultaneously at the same day. It's not possible. Maybe back-to-back possible, but not on the same weekend. That would cost so much money and so much storage space. I can only handle one. And personally, for next year, 2027, I will definitely put aside all August. Then whatever weekend you come up with, I'll be prepared to apply for Animaga or Animangaki, whichever. 29th and the 30th of August, next weekend, I have the event for Artsobi. I will be sharing a table with a very familiar guest who came up on vlogs multiple times. That is harumoon. There is a very awesome STEM rally with many wonderful prizes to exchange for at Artsobi. Do come by, say hi to us, not just me, harumoon as well. We will be there. My Aozua market vlog will happen the next one. So no more delays. This vlog is just a special case where I have to release it before the upcoming Animaga Melbourne 2026. Otherwise, I think that's about it. I feel like I'm missing out stuff I would love to talk about, but I think it's long enough really for this vlog, right? So thank you so much, Animaga, for all my viewers and all the people from down under who came by and show your love and support. I hope to see you all again someday in the near future. But till then, take care, everyone. See you. The sun is already up already. I've been talking from before daybreak until now. Okay, let's go. Okay, thank you so much. Bye-bye.